Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Plein Air Easton 2022 Festival. And welcome to the Armory. Specifically, we are in the Armory of downtown Easton as part of the festival, going live with a couple of these broadcasts. Today, we are doing our second installment of the Fresh Paint Showcase, featuring none other than Sarah Jesse. Sarah, thank you for coming back again.
Oh, thank you for having
to
me.
do this. This is our last broadcast, so I think
Let's make it a good one.
Yeah, let's go ahead right away. We'll start right away. We're going to take a look at 4 painters, and then right after this, I think the feed will continue, and Rob Barber will talk about some of these larger paintings that we may get a shot of here as well. Sarah, go ahead and hop up. And if you want to ask anybody from the audience to come up or something like that to talk about the painting, you're welcome to do that as well.
Okay, we might do that.
Okay,
well,
who are we looking at
first? Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so, I will just say it's a little bit of an embarrassment of riches here in the Waterfowl building because there's so many great artworks to choose. We chose 4 this morning to talk about, but there were many options. So let's start with these 2.
Sure.
So looking here at the bottom, this is Daniel Robbins, and I first learned about his work last year at the Plein Air Festival. I walked into the galleries at the Academy Art Museum and I saw his work. It just really jumped out at me because he is a true master at depicting light. I notice in a lot of his paintings there's this sort of singular light source that just reflects throughout the painting, and it creates this almost glow. It almost looks as if the painting is lit from behind. I think it's truly masterful.
Right. And that's why you chose that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
beautiful.
do you think?
Very beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, he said that's some technique. I can't remember, we talked about it last year, that he's been working on to be able to do that. I don't know if one of the Plum brothers could tell us if that was what the technique was, but he's definitely, some certain color he's working with, or Agent Number 9 or something like that. I don't know what it, but yeah, no, he has a real special technique. It's a beautiful painting. And the crabs here, I love the crabs too.
Yeah, me too. I'm new to the Eastern Shore, so this is very typical Eastern Shore type depiction. Here we have a steamed crab boil. And what I like about this work from Beth Bath is that she really evokes the sense of the boil without getting too specific. So you can see that she's evoking corn here with this yellow wash of color. She's evoking the red potatoes, but it's just barely delineated. So it's giving you the sense of the contents of this bucket without being too specific. She's giving you just enough to know what's happening.
And big claws on that crab, I would say. Very nice sized claws for the bay this time of year. So that's great. That's great, Sarah. And then let's go ahead and move over to, I think it's Stuart and I'm not
Bernie
sure.
Delario.
Sure.
Yeah, so I picked these 2. These 2 artists are part of the Academy Art Museum's teaching artist roster, and they regularly teach classes at the museum. So if you are interested in their work and would like to learn from them, they do teach regularly. So this is Bernie Delario up here, and he is incredibly prolific and quite masterful. I love this sort of muddy palette that he's using, and you can really get a sense of the artist hand in this painting. You can see the width of the brushstroke and how he might be making these marks on the canvas, and follow the direction of the artist's hand.
Sarah, and you may not know the answer to this, and it doesn't matter. What was the way this gentleman handled light versus this one? Is there a term for that, or?
Well,
just...
I mean, I'm not sure if there is a technical term for that, but I do think they both create atmosphere in really different ways. This feels like sort of a rainy, cloudy day here. This feels like maybe light after rain or a storm or something like that. So it is amazing that with the same material, these artists are able to capture completely different moods and atmosphere in their work.
And then Stuart on the bottom there.
Okay, so Stuart White is also a teacher at the Academy Art Museum, and here he's showing a structure And they're very loose brushstrokes. So again, similar to Beth up here, it's just it's a dab of white that might make the form of a windowsill. It's a little, a wash of gray here that equals the street. And so it's the way that the artist is using these materials to give us a sense of what is happening without being hyper realistic here. So I think this is a nice scene that also shows the diversity of plein air subject matter too. I mean, I actually think all of these do. We have this really close-up depiction here of a crab boil, more typical landscapes of plein air, and then also the human intervention on nature with these building structures as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's in the shade painting that one too. That kind of looks like he's like found a shade spot to paint that painting.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you very much for coming over to do this. Sarah is the executive director at the Academy Art Museum, and this is your second year, so I really appreciate you doing this. You want to mention these paintings we're looking at the side here, or something you noticed about Rob Barber's demos, or not demo, but discussion is coming up after this.
Yeah, well, I'm going to stay for that because I'm looking forward to hearing from him. But when I first walked into this building, I thought this was a photograph.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is unbelievably detailed, and you really get a sense of the depth of this forest depiction, the individual delineation of the branches, this beautiful source of light on this figure's face. It's sort of a tour de force, you know? This artist is showing he can depict water, he can depict light, cloth, snow. It's sort of a real encapsulation of this artist's mastery of all different types of materials and surfaces.
Sure. Well, we're going to look forward to that. Thank you for your help for both these days, Sarah. And thank you for your choices. They're great.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. This has been the Fresh Paint Showcase with Sarah Jesse, the director of the Academy Art Museum. Stay tuned right now because Rob Barber is going to have his talk about these paintings surrounding us right now. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thanks.
You.